Okay, so happy Friday. So we are live. Hello, participants of our next BA Project Insider event. This time we are going to speak about a very tricky topic related to question of BA capacity management. Together, we are going to discuss what are the main challenges in BA practice of BA capacity management, what we need to monitor, first of all, what tricky issues we can have in practice. And I would like to pass our words to our speakers, Dmytro and Anton. So the stage is yours.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Volodymyr. Hello, Anton. How are you doing?
Hello, Dmytro. Not bad. How are
Yeah,
you?
thank you. Fine. So
Cool.
today, guys, we prepared for you some very challengeable and very interesting topic related to the question of how to manage BA capacity or BA capacity management. Yep. And I want to make some small spoiler that this is the first part of our discussion. And today we're going to speak firstly about the most tricky and popular cases that we can face with or could face with in practice. And altogether, we're going to think about the reasons and some kind of preconditions what BA should take in account to manage his capacity or to build the capacity management approach in practice. And the second part, the next event that will be planned, this event will explain to you guys what kind of techniques we're going to use to manage BA capacity. So let's start with the first part. And with great pleasure, I want to one time more, I want to announce our great speaker, my teammate, Anton Mnykh, business analyst with a strong technical quality assurance background, lead AQA, and with great overall experience in IT, 7 years plus. And also, beside that, the Doctoral of Science degree, and I guess one of the best teamwork new practices implementer.
Thank you, Dmytro, for such great presentation.
Yeah. So altogether, guys, we're trying to implement new things in our practice, in our work, and share this knowledge with you. And as usually, some of you definitely knows me, some maybe not, but I am Dmytro Lozovytskyi, Chief Business Analyst, EPAM, and also IABA Ukraine Chapter Director of Competence Growth. So I also like to share my knowledge, combine some different kind of areas, some different kind of project roles, and that allows me to be in shape form, and to share some interesting thoughts or interesting practical results with you guys. A couple of words about our approach, for this class event. This is a 7 BA Project Insider run for this year. So 30 minutes active discussion, 3 practical cases, 2 experts, and 1 pager helper. But this time, guys, we want to challenge you, and this one pager helper will be presented in social media channel on LinkedIn this day, a little bit later after our speech. So please follow us and please monitor this great news. Let's start, Anton. I guess the first case is related to the lack of BA role awareness. This is a very popular case. Why? Because of some reasons. When BA starts work at the new project, we faced always with some challenge. This challenge could be small or big for us, and this challenge is related to actually understanding of BA role generally from team side, and also it depends on a lot of factors. Firstly, this case depends on the overall experience or maturity level of the team, individual experience of team members with business analysts on their previous projects, etc. So BA could have or BA does not have a stable pace and volume of his work in such kind of cases. Why? Because team members have a different understanding of BA role and different image. Yep, as if we can use such kind of word of BA role. So that is why business analysts could take or should take in account the different team members expect from his role different kind of things that directly will increase or going to increase his work capacity. Am I right, Anton?
Yep, you're totally right, Dmytro. So it depends on the every type of project, every methodology what used during this project start, and every project has totally different stakeholders and their visions on the BA scope of work and approach of BA's work. So it's very useful to align the stakeholders' vision and team members' vision on BA's duties and activities, meet expectation of whole team with scope of work and digitalization of this work for BA. For this case, I just wanted to remind you that we face it with such situation in one of our projects where we work together with you, Dmytro, when we have very different level of our teammates, and they require a totally different digitalization of requirements for starting work with, and it's totally change the capacity for business analyst, how much effort, how much time he or she should spend for this requirements digitalization creation. It's the one point. Another point, it's that for digitalization and common vision of this time of work, what required for business analyst, for scope of work, for steps of work, what should be executed. We need to make some kind of proactive interactions between business analysts, between stakeholders, between team members, and provide a lot of examples of our artifacts, of our deliverables, and align if such level of digitalization appropriate to our stakeholders or developers or no, what should be improved, what should be done, and we can start from like high level requirements vision, and after that improve this digitalization step by step, repeat this clarification session, and align what kind of digitalization required for every such project, for every such developer and stakeholder.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, because expectations from team members related, or we can say that this is direct correlation, that between expectations of team members related to the level of the requirements digitalization, and also at the same time with BA capacity or with BA efforts that need to be spent to digitalize on enough level this or that requirements for our team members. And as I see, as we discussed previously, and we right now we are presenting for our colleagues, we also have one more interesting challenge in challenge list on this slide, that related to the launch workflow based on team members interaction and project specific. because BA's work, it's not only about the requirement management. Yeah, it's much more wider or broader set of activities, and this means for us that we also need to align, as you mentioned before. I agree with you. Our vision. What is the main expectations? Yep, from BA duties. And based on that, we need to, in rational way, set up our workflow and include it in that BA's workflow, not all, but the critical level of needed activities. So that is also one interesting challenge for us. And I think that the process of alignment or shape the vision of BA's work with the whole team needs some time. Are you agree with me?
Yep. Totally agree. And this process of planning capacity, it's pretty much depends on the stage where the BA starts his activities on the project, or it's delivery, discovery phase, or it's some kind of onboarding phase, or BAs changes some BAs that works on this project previously, and it's totally differ the time that requires on this capacity planning, and will affect on this process.
Maybe you can share with our colleagues some kind of your tips for such case, a couple of them.
So I will try to do that. So when you when you start your new project on discovery phase, sometimes you have maybe a couple of weeks to look around, to discover, to gather some requirements, to understand the current stage of your project, current quality of documentation, who is your stakeholders, and during this process, you can plan your activities in more calm way, I guess. But when you replace some BAs on projects that all that work pretty hardly, all sprints already scheduled, you should meet deployment plans and so on. In this case, it's pretty difficult to plan some capacity. You should make deep dive in documentation creation, in investigation, all processes that are already established on the project. And you don't have so much time for this capacity planning. And it's maybe some kind of risk that should be highlighted in these risk mitigation activities on the project and so on.
Okay, thank you. So I think that we just in very easy manner shift to the next case. But before we're going to do that, I want to just make some kind of conclusions for the first case. So guys, please don't be scared in that case. When you faced with a lack of BA role awareness on your project, please educate your colleagues firstly. Who is BA? How are you going to support them? And be proactive. Show by example that what you can do for the team. And based on that understanding, step by step, you're going to build the vision of your work in concrete team, on concrete project. And that allows you to just save the time, not the efforts at the start point, but the time for the next steps, to structurize your approach, to define critical activities, to understand the specific of that activities that you're going to establish and that you're going to provide as a service from BA side. So that is a critical basis, for such kind of case, and I think that we hope that this opinion will be valuable for you, dear colleagues. So let's shift to the next case, and the second case is about adaptive or predictive approaches. If we refer to our best BA practice, and especially to the BABOP practice, everyone knows about the adaptive and predictive approach that business analysts can provide or could provide on specific project, and how this point, what kind of influence this point can have for us. So we have preconditions, and the next case, BA should analyze the project needs, especially SOW. This is very tricky question and very complex question for not only for the junior BAs, but only for major BAs. So SOW and client-specific work needs, client work cultural level understanding is going to face BA with the necessity to choose the right approach in his work. Why? This is the main question. Because all these factors will define the way and specific of BA's work cycle setup and BA's professional activities combination. That is absolutely true and truthful situation. And let's see how we can manage these things and what kind of influence these things potentially or in reality could have on BA work. So, Anton, please go through the challenges.
Okay, so as you mentioned before, we have a case, we have some challenges. One of them defines the whole list of base activities that will be needed, and pretty much this list will be dependent on the approach or methodology what used on our current project, or it's waterfall, or it's agile methodology, and depend on it, we should use predictive or adaptive approach in our BA activities capacity planning. So
how we can help with that?
So maybe in this case, depending on what methodology we use or what approach we use, in predictive approach, as all you know, we have pretty fixed amount and scope of work what should be done, and we can plan all these activities
forward
on the same pretty beginning of our project. But if we have adaptive approach, it's pretty tricky situation, pretty tricky question, and we again face it with Dmytro on our previous project, that even at least 50 or 60% of project capacity, not even capacity, but project scope could be changed by stakeholders, and the BA should be pretty adaptive to match all requirements from stakeholder side. So BA should be proactive, provide a lot of his vision and experience how team could meet with this change in requirements, because it's pretty much depends on this scope of work, and the team couldn't meet the deadline in this case.
And I want to add something else to your opinion. I guess it means for us, as for business analysts, when we're going to understand and we're going to analyze SOW and client-specific work culture, that means for us 2 points. I guess the first one is about the time that we need to take in reserve, or we need to save this time on BA side for every kind of unpredictable cases or every kind of changes that we're going to face with, especially in case, as you mentioned, when SOW is not defined for up to 100 or up to 90%. So that means for us that, as you mentioned, that we need to be flexible, but to flexibility of business analysts based on 2 things. In my opinion, I think that the first thing is he's pretty well standardized or structurized approach in work based on the techniques that that BAs need to use on the project, based on project specific. And the second one, how BA will integrate with the culture or work culture of the client, because business analyst somehow depends on client, and in his work, and he need to be integrated fully in client consciousness, I guess, in client culture, etc., etc. That helps him to take or to find or to set up or actually create all needed information for his requirements, etc., etc., etc. So that means for us that we need to take care about integration and interaction on one hand with the client, and the second to compare this to combine this approach with understanding, or pretty well understanding, and the composition of SOW. Yeah. So maybe anything else that you want to highlight here?
Yep, one more point that I wanted to highlight is that during using this adaptive approach, BA, for such cases where the requirements could change pretty often and quickly, BA should save some amount of his time. From our previous experience, nearly at least 30% of our time we should save for such situation where stakeholders change requirements, and we should make a lot of change management stuff to provide all these changes, implement all the changes, clarify them, and provide new requirements to our team. So only in this way we can meet our deadlines. And
yes, and we have some kind of extra capacity to be flexible personally, as a business analyst with our load. And guys, let's make conclusions together, because Anton just predicted my question about the quantity of time, or percentage of this time. It depends for sure. It depends on the case, but with a high level on inconsistency, with a high level on not clear details, or with an unpredictable projects. I mean, first of all, based on the stakeholder vision, what should be done, etc., etc. You need to reserve much more time that on usual projects that we can use that we can apply our BA's work with a predictive approach. So solution here is make a detailed investigation of BA's work specific during the project discovery and onboarding phases. Guys, please don't forget. Use this time to plan your work, to think about your work, to predict different kind of cases, because it will save your capacity in the future. This is also some part of the basis of BA capacity management or planning. And I guess this is the right moment to shift to the third case, the last one for today. And if we're going to speak about the capacity, BA capacity basis or BA capacity management, this case we named with Anton scaling without failing. It's also interesting name for this case, because actually business analysts on different levels of business analyst role in different companies, from junior, not from junior, but from middle up to lead or even more, very often could faced with the case when the project just growing up rapidly, and we need to, and from business analyst role, very often need to be not only flexible, but be scalable, to scale his activities, etc., etc. And this time, we think that the correct answer for all of us will be our actions that help us to set up, to launch the fully scalable BA's framework. Yep, it depends, and it depends on framework in that case. Why? Because when you are working with one team, it's okay. When you're going to work with two teams, it's also okay. But when you need to work with 4, 5, 6 teams, yep, you need to think about the framework. You need to think about the processes in details. You need to think. Actually, usually, you always need to think about the processes. But in such kind of cases, the value, actually the value of this question could be too high for all of us, and it could be too high for project success. So, Anton, what kind of challenges you want to highlight here?
The one of the challenges that we can face with, as mentioned on our slide, at first, when we wanted to scale our product, we should understand, do we have enough quality business analyst who can maintain this scalability of our project? Because from known understanding of this in this field, one business analyst could maintain up to 6 or 8 colleagues to provide them a pretty qualified requirements for maintaining the normal work of the team. But if this quantity is more than this 6 or 8 person, the quality of our requirements could be not enough for comfortable work of our teammates. The quality of our product also will decrease, and before the scaling, we should provide such kind of analysis. The next step, it's what is the best choice to go with a standard BA framework or customize it. It's also the next point. It's pretty valuable point because every project what I face it with during my professional career, and I pretty I think so that Dmytro has the same situation, that every project differ from previous, and for every such project we should use some kind of BA frameworks with all these activities, all these ceremonies, and so on. And for every project we should customize this framework.
I guess yes.
Yep.
I guess I can agree with you, because any kind of company, especially enterprise level company, IT outsource, IT company generally, just provided some kind of, just collected the best practices, just collected the best knowledge, and provide some list of recommendations, or even more, some kind of frameworks that are pretty standard for this company, or can use as internal standard in that company. But every time when we're going to face with the project, we need to customize step by step for some percent of changes. These pretty standard best practices. And it means for us that when we're going to shape this framework, if we have the need to scale our BA's activities, we need to think about the framework as about the instrument or tool that could save potentially our efforts and our time in the future when we're going to use it for the best interaction and for the best quality of BA's work. So that is why, guys, when you're faced with the scale projects, you need to understand, first of all, what kind of load is planned according or in accordance with existing framework. standard framework or customized framework, in that case, it doesn't matter. You should have the framework as a tool that will save your capacity and time in the future. So, and I think that the last point, yep, Anton, is about the KPIs, very tricky topic. Guys, please don't forget, just find some kind of previous webinars related to the KPIs, and on our portal, on our VR community portal, on the Global BA community page in LinkedIn. And I think that this is also very interesting challenge, because we need to go forward, or we need to have not only quantitative KPIs, but we need to use, first of all, our BA's qualitative KPIs, yep? Because it's about the quality of BA work, yep?
Yeah. Only after such analyzing of KPIs, exactly qualitative KPIs, we can understand, could we scale our project or not?
Yeah.
Should we involve new team members in our team, new BAs or not? And it will help save us a lot of time and money, I guess.
And do we have overload for business analyst role generally or not? Yep. Because on the qualitative KPIs just I can provide the answers. Thank you so much, Anton. I think that we just briefly go through the most popular 3 cases related to the basis of BA's work, plan of BA's work capacity. And guys, thank you so much. Please be attentive. This day you're going to get our new one-pager helper. And right now, this is the right time to finalize our conversation with a small announcements about our conference related to the business analysts development, self-development process, etc. This conference will be conducted next week, 31st of October. But please aware, at the same time, this conference will be in Ukrainian language. So guys, we are waiting you. If you are interested, please register. Please subscribe to our business analysis community channel, EPAM channels, and see you there. So thank you so much, Anton, for such.
Thank you, Dmytro. Thank you all for joining for discussion.
Yeah, very
Have a nice day.
Conversation. Yeah, and see you guys next day. So you're welcome, and see you. Bye.